Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another series review. I just recently saw another episode of Atlantis called The Furies, and this episode I really enjoyed because it had a lot of supernatural element, particularly with the Furies. Of course it's called The Furies, but the Furies, if called upon, will take vengeance for any soul who's been wronged, especially in the case of murder. And we learned that Pythagoras has excuse me. What am I saying? Excuse me. That doesn't sound right at all. Excuse me. Pythagoras has a brother, not a boyfriend. I don't know where that came from. Excuse me. Pythagoras has a brother, and his brother has this penchant for gambling, and he has quite this alacrity to win whatever he can, and he just never loses. He has that ability, and it comes so easily to him, and Pythagoras and his brother don't see eye to eye at all. They just don't like each other. In this particular episode, Hercules and Jason and Pythagoras and Philemon, and I don't know if they take Medusa isn't in this episode. I don't know if Ariadne is or not. There was a girl who looked an awful lot like her, but I think she was just a commoner, and they took her along because in the desert she was helpless, and she needed some saviors to help her along. I think that was what happened, from what I could understand. That was very interesting, because she actually asks them if they have a horse to spare, and Philemon says, "Of course, you can ride with me." You dog. But Pythagoras' brother makes an offering to the Furies for the death of his father. His father has been murdered, and he says, "Hear me, Furies, if you will take this offering and exact vengeance for me, etc." You know, he says it with his whole heart. I mean, I'm in your debt, blah blah blah. And of course, Pythagoras, actually, it's Philemon who says, when they start seeing things in the desert, Philemon says, "Oh, it's just the wind, don't worry about it." And later they learn that it's not the wind, because they see there's a man along their journey when they're going into Helios that died because of this so-called wind. So it's the Furies that were responsible for that. And the Furies come back, and you hear this terrible screeching, because they come in that form, and they are vengeful spirits. That's what they do. And of course, Pythagoras is with his brother, and he says, "You've got to take it back. You have to mean it with your whole entire heart." And he does, and of course the Furies then subside. But this episode was really amazing. The CGI was incredible, and of course, Hercules was funny as usual. He usually plays comedy relief, and I like him for that. And there's one point where he and Jason share some camaraderie, and he says, "Come on, come over here, give me a kiss. Come on!" And I just had to laugh about that. It was just, you know, that kind of friendly banter, and the brotherly kind of relationship that they share, I think is really incredible. That whole group does, and it was another great episode that had both the eeriness of it and also the comedy. Of course, the Oracle, she wasn't involved in this episode, but she is going to be involved in the next episode. And I love the Oracle. I think that she's such an interesting character, and I don't know what it is about her, but I really like her. And Medusa is going to be back, so I'm interested in seeing what'll happen. There's a box involved. I'm thinking maybe it's Pandora's box, perhaps. It could very well be. So, like I say usually at the end of one of these reviews, I guess we're going to have to wait until next Saturday to figure out what what is so important about that box and why Medusa is involved with the box. Until next time.